Topic number three, of course, that we have Dion here, our resident NBA analyst, whether he wants to be known as one or not. I just want to do a quick NBA playoffs check-in. We are in the Eastern Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals. I just want your thoughts, maybe your picks on who wins the series, and I guess maybe an overall temperature check on where you're at with the NBA and the state of the game.
Um, I've said this for a while. It's really unwatchable at the moment for me. I think they did way too big of a pendulum swing. That's the right word, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Pendulum.
Yeah.
On the foul stuff, I think the game it's nasty to watch the way they're playing. Like what Caruso's getting credit for like guarding Jokic. If Draymond did half the stuff Caruso did to Jokic, he would like face a felony charges. He would be in a court of law. Like no one guards anymore. They just hack. I watched Josh Hart not even try to make an attempt on the ball and just slap somebody's wrist. No call. It's I mean the Pistons Knicks series was just a series of UFC brawls that like went unrefereed essentially. And so for that for me is really unwatchable. I enjoyed the era of like I'm not gonna say like grifting where like people were getting a bunch of foul calls, but like I'm just being honest, if you can't stay in front of somebody, that is a foul. Like I hate to tell defenders that, but like move your feet. That's all I want like you to do. I don't want you to hack them. That's not real defense to me either. They've done like too big of a pendulum swing, and I think it's taken away from some of the skill of the players and like showcasing what they actually can do, and it's actually put it more like the watchability for me is I'm just watching the refs like waiting for them to do something.
Yeah, so where do you stand with like the players that are, I guess, the players in the teams that are in it? Because I see a lot of people talking about like, oh, I'm watching a conference finals with Jalen Brunson, Halliburton, but it's also kind of like this is the new age of, I guess, stars that are kind of coming up. Like you have Shea and Tyrese and Jalen Brunson, all young like guys who, I mean, obviously Ant's been to I think the Western Conference Finals. So has Shea been there yet, or is this the first time for Shea?
Yeah. First time,
Or
because the Clippers never did it.
I don't think the Clippers ever did. No, so like this is a chance for one of these guys. One of these guys is going to get their first ring, right? And rings mean more than maybe even I think they should in NBA culture. So like, where do you stand with the teams that are in it? Because obviously you have this young star power, but also at the same time talk to yourself and say, I'm watching a Western Conference Finals with the Timberwolves and the Thunder, Thunder best team, but then on the East you have the Pacers. And then you have Jalen Brunson, so no Tatum, Giannis, that type of situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think first off, in terms of the teams, I see everybody complaining about like the markets of the teams. There's no bigger market than the Knicks. So like what are we talking about? Like we can't complain about the markets when we have the biggest market in sports still in it. The mecca of basketball is still a part of this. And then when you look at the individual players, um, maybe individually the East series is a little boring. You probably prefer like the Tatums and the Giannis's, maybe Embiid, depending on where you fall on him. Definitely Maxey, but I think when you watch, like, we're talking about Knicks Pacers. That's one of the all-time best rivalries, maybe in sports. You know what I mean? Like I think it's something that like it doesn't bother me. It's getting back to like the 90s, I guess you could say that those Pat Ewing, Reggie Miller series, we still like they chant fuck you, Reggie, when he's on the call in
Mm.
MSG. Like that's how important those series were back then. So like I don't know how you can complain about that. And then you flip it to the other side. Those are the two players that are next up, in my opinion. Like the group of next up players in the league, and SGA, Cade, I guess you could say Luca still somehow because he's under 25. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy.
Crazy. Like Jonathan Kuminga, so on and so forth. I'm just kidding. But so on and so
Minga
forth.
sounds insane.
So on and so forth. Like that's the series that you would want. If you're not getting Steph versus Braun, I think you always wanted SGA and because it's like the two players that we're going to be watching for years to come. I think you're going to see, assuming Ant stays in Minnesota and SGA stays in Oklahoma City. I think those two teams are going to play each other a lot the next 10 years.
Yeah, it's honestly like I think it's a little bit overblown, and people like wanting to see the Giannis's and everyone. Like I get it, but like there is some fun to it. That it's like it's Brunson and Halliburton, and on the other side SGA and Ant, where it's like two different level superstars. And one of those guys is going to get their first ring, which is I think is exciting.
If it's Ant Dog, that summer run is going to be generational.
I don't know if I'm prepared for it to be Ant, with all due
I,
respect.
I'm certainly not. The videos of him leaving Staples after game 5, the videos of him practicing the night, a game early, by the way, a game early. Like this man is probably the most entertaining basketball player in the world, and we're complaining about the fact we get to watch him again. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, Adam Silver's gonna have to do some overtime work this summer if Ant wins the championship because they give that man the mic at the parade. Mm-mm.
He might honestly. There's a world they win a championship and Ant suspended for the first 25 games of next year.
Yeah, if y'all thought what Ja was doing, wait till you get that man in a parade with a mic in front of him with that stuff in him. But hey, like I think my overall like thoughts on it are I'm excited to watch the conference finals. I think they're going to be really good. I think they're going to be competitive, and you got young stars all over the place. So just enjoy it. Stop nitpicking. Just enjoy it. It'll be fun. NBA playoffs are fun. Like this is where it gets fun too. Like I feel like we're not going to get as hopefully we don't get as many blowouts as we have early on, and I'm intrigued to see who's going to end up winning the NBA title.
Who do you like?
I I think I'm going with somebody from the West, which has me thinking like this ends with like a Pacers championship, and I'm just there, just like oh, Tyrese Halliburton's an NBA champion, and then I gotta live with that. But I'm gonna go with OKC.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's where I agree with everybody is when you remove everything else, I think Oklahoma City's like a matchup nightmare for everybody that's left.
Yeah, I agree. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm excited for the rest of the NBA playoffs.